Beautiful Sagittarius, welcome to your reading for the week of January 11th. Hope you all are having a happy new year. What you want, Chippy? Have a cookie, take a nap. Hey, Sparky. Come on up here, Sparky, and say hi to Sagittarius. There you go. So I always have the dogs come in to help ground the energy, and Sparky's a therapy dog, so he's really good at grounding energy. So here we go, Sag. We're going to jump into your reading with my new cards that were sent to me by one of my friends and viewers. So thank you so much. You know who you are. So let's see what we've got here. Sagittarius, first time I've used these cards. And we'll see how it goes for you. Hey, Chippy. You want to help too, don't you? Be sure to check out Chippy's 12-month reading. He did a fantastic job, and it's very, very telling what you'll find out. It's for the whole collective, so if it finds you, you'll know it's for you, okay? So let's see what we've got here, Sagittarius. Coming up this week, we're looking up close and also a little bit in the direction of February of 2026. Just get the flavor. You're a good boy, I know. Chippy did a reading for you, Sagittarius, too, so you can take a look for that, too. I'm just shuffling these really good because they're new. Okay, make sure I get your energy in here. So, Sagittarius, the first thing coming up this week is the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Knight of Pentacles is having to do with kind of a slow-moving, really dependable sort of energy. Thank you, Chippy. Have a cookie, take a nap. That's our deal. So slow-moving energy, kind of a slow time. I feel like, you know, you're sort of relaxing, kind of reflecting, kind of deciding what you're going to do next and that sort of thing. Going into this week, and I do feel like, I almost feel like you're at a standstill, Sag, really, coming up this week. I feel like you're kind of really contemplating what you want to do, really taking a lot of time to think, you know, before your next step. Yeah, and we've got Four of Cups. Both of these cards kind of tell me you're in a reflective sort of mood at this time, like kind of holding back, waiting to see where you want to go, maybe feeling a little bit bored. I feel like there's some boredom that's crossing you at this time, giving you a little bit of pause. But, you know, boredom's never a bad thing. It's sort of, yeah, it sort of makes good things happen. You know, when you're very bored, it's like it brings up ideas, it brings in inspiration. It's like, what do I want to do next, right? So we've got, do I want to go with the wild side or the safe side? Look at these two coyotes, wolves, or dogs, however you want to read it in this card. I just get the sense that I'm hearing that song, Take a Walk on the Wild Side, Sag. That's what I'm hearing. And I feel like coming up this week, you're really trying to decide which way you're going to go with this. The more domestic dog or the wild wolf inside you. And I do feel like you might be leaning towards the wild wolf at this time. Yeah, Eight of Wands. Things are going to start to speed up, especially when you make a decision of which way to go. Here it is. It's going to definitely speed up. So it went from, you know, slow start, maybe just standing still, to the boredom, over here to things speeding up. The moon is, you know, you might see things in a brighter light. You know, seeing things in the moonlight, the silvery kind of moonlight, is a big deal. And I feel like that's going to start to happen. Things are, your perspective is going to change. Get a whole new perspective, okay? Got the Judgment card. Now this is going into your past, and look at this beautiful angel blowing the trumpet. I feel like you've gone through a big transition in 2025 and coming up into 2026. Sag, you're going with this new energy. I feel like it's a new you. I feel like you're playing a new role. And that's not to say you're being not authentic, because you're more your authentic self than ever. And I just get like you're going to be playing a different role. You're going to be taking on different roles. You're going to be like the new improved Sagittarius is really what I get. So let's see what the cards show us coming up. And the beginning is King of Cups. Wow, look at this, Sag. And I'll just go back and do some clarification. But what I'm getting is in your immediate future. You're either going to connect with the King of Cups or you are the King of Cups. And this is a card of being very emotionally available. You know, so this person is, you know, or you, if this is representing you, but I kind of feel like you're meeting this person. This person could be a father, could be very emotionally available, very heart-centered, a good listener, and a natural healer, a lot of natural healing abilities. And again, you could meet this person and this person's bringing this up, bringing these aspects to the surface for you as well at this time, okay? Let's look at your more extended future at this time. See what we've got. We've got Page of Swords. And sorry, I thought you could see these cards. I guess not. So we've got Page of Swords, some kind of curiosity about something, or somebody's going to be curious about you. And it's interesting, the feathers are flying. Okay, I see feathers flying all over the place. You may be getting some signs from your angels. You know, sometimes angels will leave feathers, a white feather. You'll see a little small white feather indicating angels, and I really do pick that up on this card really strongly. And again, more extended future going up the next couple of weeks to even as long as 3 months. So I feel like this first few months of this year, you're going to be connecting with angels, but you're going to be really curious about something. Maybe curious about this King of Cups. I'm curious about it. I'm eager to clarify that for you when we get there, okay? Other people, Sagittarius, are seeing you as the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you are being, I feel like your heart is opening up more, but also people are seeing you as very grounded in resources and money, very wise about resources and what you're doing to get there. I feel like people are curious about, how is Sagittarius making money? How is Sagittarius affording this or doing that or going here and there? Driving this, driving that, you know, living here, there. This is I love the picture on this beautiful card. These are such pretty cards. There's something here about wisdom and maturity, really strong maturity, being very much in that King of Pentacles, manifesting. You can see this king manifesting, and other people are seeing this in you at this time, Sagittarius. Here we got the Queen of Cups. So we've got the whole royal court coming in for you, Sagittarius, this week. We've got the Queen of Cups, and this is almost like hopes and fears. It's kind of like you're hoping about this Queen of Cups energy and also reluctant about it at the same time. Now, Queen of Cups, again, can be very, very heart-centered, and this can be, these two can be divine counterparts. So this one, you know, this king came up in your immediate future, the queens and hopes and fears. There's something here about divine counterparts coming together, but also mother and father. And you may be in a mother-father type relationship, or this may represent your mother and father and something that is coming up at this time about them. We'll see. We'll see what else comes up for this. But, you know, Queen of Cups is often a mother, often very, very intuitive and very heart-centered. Very nurturing, very, very nurturing kind of personality type. Knight of Wands. Whew, we're just stirring it all up here. So the final outcome is the Knight of Wands, and this is your energy just exploding, taking off. Maybe you're moving, maybe things are feeling really up in the air at this time, Sagittarius. Let's get one overview card. You know, you might be, this is really interesting going, the first card that came up was the slow moving or not moving at all, Knight of Pentacles, to, whew, look out, here's Knight of Wands. Okay, so we did a whole 180 on this, okay. Your overview card is the Six of Wands, so you're winning. Yeah, you're totally winning. There's something, some kind of a victory parade for you. Coming up this month and into this week in particular, because I'm trying to look at this first week that I'm reading for you, which is the 11th. Okay, this will come out on the 11th. So I'm looking at that specifically, and really interesting reading here so far. Here are the cards. I wanted you to have a bird's eye view of what I'm looking at here so far, okay? These cards are really beautiful, but also they're telling a really strong story of how the slow-moving energy of the Knight of Pentacles, the final outcome is Knight of Wands, okay? So it really changes around. We've got Queen of Cups and King of Cups. This is views of others for you, how other people are seeing you at this time. Okay, and we'll continue. Your overview card is the Victory Parade, okay? Here, Chippy. There's your cookie. Okay, we're going to clarify the slow-moving energy, the first part of this week, and I've got the Crow Tarot, the old Crow Tarot, okay? So let's see. I've been really connecting with crows recently. I don't know if you all have too. You know, I'm Sagittarius, and I don't know what it is with the crows recently, but like they're talking to me when I go outside and things like that. Yeah, so I don't know. The crows are really, I guess you could say I'm curious about crows. Here's the Page of Swords. So we'll see what this has to say, but I feel like there are messages coming from crows for you all specifically, which is a lot of why I chose this deck today as well. So your slow-moving energy might be caused from feeling a lot of anxiety. So we've got 9 of Swords. It might be you're afraid to move forward. It might be you're getting some anxiety at this time, and it's holding you back, keeping you from moving forward. Temporary. Totally temporary. And then we have the boredom card right next to it, clarified by, yeah, the 10 of Wands. I think you're bored because you've been carrying a really heavy load, Sagittarius. And this is in your crossing position, these 2 cards. You're bored because you feel like things are too heavy. I just get like, do I have to do this again for another year? Okay, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this so far, but again, this is temporary. This is in the beginning of this week. I think this is just reflecting kind of the energy coming off of the new year. It's kind of how January feels a lot of times. The Moon card, this was, do you want to take a walk on the wild side, Sag? It's clarified by Ace of Cups. So there's going to be some kind of opening of the heart, and we did see the King and Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles coming up. So there's some kind of new feelings coming up, new beginnings in love, perhaps. It comes from you really lighting a fire under yourself, or an inner fire coming up for you, Sagittarius, at this time. And that's not hard for you to do. You're a fire sign. You contain a lot of fire anyway, so I'm definitely seeing this coming up. Underneath that, we've got this very fast move. You know, things speed up. I told you it was temporary with this delay card. You know, very temporary with your Knight of Pentacles, and the anxiety about moving forward, or nightmares. Maybe even some of you have had some nightmares. Something that's been holding you back, and then suddenly everything moves forward. I feel like there's this big leap forward with these 2 cards. This is in your energy coming in this week, okay? So let's clarify that 8 of Wands. You know, there's communication. I feel like you're being more open to communicating. I feel like people are reaching out to you more. There's fast-moving success as well. Yeah, because there's a whole new path. Clarified by the Fool card, okay? Whole new path. It could come from a trip. Some of you might be taking a trip somewhere. Let's ask about that. Let's clarify the Fool card too. 8 of Wands, Fool, new ideas. Yeah, and a Queen of Swords. You are just no nonsense right now, and I feel like you're doing exactly what you want. You're doing what's in line with your heart and soul. I see you just leaping forward again, taking a walk on the wild side. That's just what I'm getting. Lighting a fire under yourself. There's going to be new pathways, new communication, and just like really zooming forward, because you're cutting out things that don't work. You've got this Queen of Swords that's come up. And Queen of Swords is very Sagittarius kind of energy, very blunt, very to the point, very much like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, very direct. And that's who Queen of Swords is, and that's in your energy at this time, but it's also enabling you to get more in touch with your heart center. Okay. Judgment. You went through this already. This is old energy. I feel like your angels guided you to make a lot of major life changes, especially on up toward December of last year. Let's clarify that. Major life change. And the Hermit. Yeah, you saw some toxic energy last year, Sag, and you were like, no, not having that. Queen of Swords, again, cut that out, right? So we talked about that quite a bit in previous readings if you didn't see it. So there's definitely something here about you cutting out toxic energy, zooming forward, major life change, cutting out the narcissist in your life, the invalidator, that sort of thing. And you may have decided just to be by yourself, you know? No, I don't want to take that. Okay. 10 of Swords. Wow. So this is interesting. I'm going to have to dig into this a little bit. In your immediate future is the King of Cups, clarified by 10 of Swords. All right, let me ask about this for a second. I feel like you either are coming into that King of Cups energy on your own of being a healer or healing yourself, or somebody coming in to heal you because you went through a 10 of Swords. And 10 of Swords is that kind of feeling stabbed in the back kind of energy, okay? But let's see what other, yeah, King of Swords. So I feel like you came into this, but you know, King of Swords is a no-nonsense kind of person. Now we've got Queen of Swords and King of Swords. So depending on who's listening to this, I feel like you were really no-nonsense and you really went through a bad ending. You may have ended something yourself, but it still felt like you ended it because you were stabbed in the back by somebody, okay? There's healing. There's definitely healing coming up. Now, this is in your immediate future. Sagittarius, for sure, immediate future. So you could be connecting with King of Swords and King of Cups, or in that energy yourself. Let's see what you're curious about a little further out. A little further out, we've got Judgment. Again, okay, Judgment's come up twice. There's more major life change yet to come. Sag, how about that? And I feel like it's good. I feel like it's really good. I feel like it connects you with things you want to learn about. You know, the feathers are flying. I saw the angel feathers on this card for you. There's more transformation coming. You know, Judgment is all about rebirth. You've already gone through some of it, as shown here in your past cards with the Hermit and everything. But there's more of it coming up this year too. Yeah, again, it has to do with maybe cutting more things out, and also with a lot of truth coming into you. You know, this is the Ace of Swords truth card, and I feel like you're going through more rebirth because more and more truths come to you, and that doesn't mean somebody calls you up and tells you truths. I mean, it could be, but mostly it's you waking up going, oh, now I know what happened. Now I know that you just know. It's a knowing is what I'm getting. And it's going to cause even more rebirth and more transformation in your heart and soul and in your life, okay, going forward. I'm definitely going to do an extended reading on this whole reading, but especially about this transformation, this King of Swords, and we'll see what else. I haven't even gotten to the end, but I'm definitely going to do a deep dive on this, okay? Other people see you as a lot of resources, and there's good news coming in about that as well. Yeah, good news about your resources, and I think there's this King of Pentacles that I see. You know, other people seeing you as business person or having a lot of assets, resources, things like that. You haven't even seen all of it yet, Sag. There's so much good stuff here. Look at this crow announcing this good news. It's like, good news about the King of Pentacles. Yeah. So Queen of Cups is clarified. Queen of Cups in the hopes and fears position is clarified by the Chariot. Okay. So I think you're a little bit reluctant about this because it's being in this heart energy is causing you to move forward, moving forward, taking off. Okay. And we did have the 8 of Wands as well. So there's a lot of movement, trips, maybe a new car. You know, both of those cards can represent a new vehicle. But I think it's mostly success moving forward and your heart opening up. But there is some reluctance about that because it's going to cause changes. You know, changes are often good and often dreaded at the same time. It's like, oh, no, I have to do that. So your final outcome is Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. Things up in the air. Fiery, fiery Sagittarius card. It's clarified by this. There could be something where there is a stalemate or a power struggle of some sort. And I'm seeing you, things are up in the air because there's a power struggle. And it's like it needs to be untangled in some way. Something about taking the blindfold off, seeing things clearly, and we saw a lot of truth coming up for sure. And 7 of Swords reversed. Yeah, so some kind of a tricky, sneaky, maybe, kind of energy, manipulation, something like that. Causing things to be up in the air and not settled at this time. I feel like this manipulation is not settled yet, but it's creating movement forward for you. The overview of this is victory. Okay, Sag, and again, I am going to do an extended, so if you want that, it'll be in the link and in the comments. It's $5.55 for a deep dive, and I'll go at least another 10 to 20 minutes on this because I'm really curious to get you more details on this, okay? Your victory parade is the 9 of Wands, so it's not an easy victory. I feel like this is a victory that requires strength and reserve, okay? But also the strength and reserve does bring you a victory. The victory brings you more strength. See what I'm saying? It's a circular sort of thing with this as an overview for this whole reading is we went from slow moving or no moving to victory. All right. So I'm going to go right now and get you a lot of details on all of this in between. So join me over there if you'd like. Okay. Thanks so much, Sag.